Welcome back to Daily Flash. Did you know that practicing self-hypnosis can help you improve your sleep, can help you lose weight, ease anxiety, and so much more?
Our next guest is clinical hypnotherapist Rene Brent. She's joining us to help us learn more about this fascinating self-help modality. Rene, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
We talk about self-hypnosis all the time. Generally, we
Yes.
think about the affirmations that we give to ourselves. But let's break it down. What is self-hypnosis?
So self-hypnosis is just a change in a brainwave. All hypnosis is self-hypnosis. As a hypnotherapist, I just use the slowing of the brain waves to get access to the subconscious mind.
Okay.
And when you're in there, you can create change. Sometimes in regular therapy, you're fighting up against this critical factor, this critical analytical wall, and it takes a long time to get change. In hypnotherapy, we quiet things down. But I can't make someone change their brain waves. I just guide them, and if they want to, they have to. They quiet it down. Now they have access to what's challenging them, the changes they want to make. By the way, when you said affirmations, if you're upset and you're in fear and you're trying to do a positive affirmation, it's bouncing off that wall.
Yeah.
Right?
sense, yeah.
So you have to sit still. This is my first tip. Sit still, quiet down, relax your jaw. And when you do this, it doesn't take much for this to go down. Now you give yourself these positive affirmation, and now the subconscious mind is creating
So
change.
removing the energy block, that sounds like from what I'm getting from you, meaning like it's stopping you until we can figure out a way to I don't know, work through it or work over it or whatever. But that energy is going to kind of hold you back from actually progressing on until you can kind of get control of it. But it's interesting.
Yeah.
Is there easy ways to actually do some techniques that would help us get through that?
100%. If you sit still, there's 10 times more neurons to your body, to your head. So if you just sit still for a few minutes, your brain waves are going to quiet down, and now you're going to have more access. You're going to feel a little quieter. Now, one of the things we do as human beings is we clench our jaw and we hold our breath, especially when we're trying to suppress.
Okay,
Right?
sure.
We all do it. Everyone goes, yeah, and everyone usually grabs their jaw at the same time. So I'm gonna do this with you guys right now.
All right, let's.
Close your eyes for me.
All right, eyes are
Just
closed.
relax your jaw. When you relax your jaw, you're quieting down your nervous system. That vagal nerve that runs from your head to your chest, it's when you clench on it, you're saying fight or flight, elevate, elevate. Soften your tongue. Go ahead and close your eyes for me. Soften your tongue. Now your tongue's directly connected to the language centers of your brain. Now I want you to consciously breathe. Inhale and exhale. And just feel that was this. Open your eyes. What did that feel like?
It felt relaxing.
It does.
I think I'm concentrating on letting my jaw kind of just
Yes,
fall down, which
yeah.
kind of puts you in a sedative kind of feel somewhat, where it's like when you fall asleep, I guess.
It quiets down your nervous system. That's what hypnosis feels like. That when you're going down into sleep
that's
and up
great.
out of sleep, the alpha and theta brain waves, it's called a natural hypnagogic state. You're in a natural state of being in that state. You're programmable. This wall is down and now you're in the subconscious. So a great thing to do is every morning before you open your eyes, be the boss. Have a team meeting. Tell your subconscious what you need in the morning.
Ooh, I like
and
that.
now you have everyone in line, your subconscious, and then you relax your jaw and you just consciously breathe through the day. You're going to sleep better at night. You're going to make better choices for yourself. You're going to be more connected to yourself. You're going to be more present to your family, to your loved ones. It's really important. There's a high price to pay if you don't quiet down during the day.
Rene, you mentioned fight or flight, and,
Yeah.
and obviously when our systems go into overdrive, into that fight or flight mode, some people suggest that it's hard to kind of get yourself back out of that and get that confidence. Is it true that the brain doesn't really know the difference between what's real and maybe what's imagined? And if we've crossed over that line, how do we get ourselves back?
So, great question. So when we cross over, you've missed so many cues ahead
Yeah.
of time. Even if your body is tense and a lot of people feel tension or stress or fear in their chest or their gut, if you just relax your jaw and breathe there, that's a great time to do it. You're pulling back the reins, so to speak, on that horse. But if it's going to the barn, you need to walk it out, you need to shake it out. But the subconscious mind always wants to be right, and it always wants to be right right now.
Yeah.
So you have to be the boss. So when you're in fight or flight, you have to quiet it down. The trick is not to get so elevated.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you're in fight or flight, words aren't even penetrating. They aren't, because you're just trying to get the heck out of
Well,
it.
let's talk about those
Yeah.
words, the power of words, as
yes.
well as the things
Yes.
that you say. I imagine it has
Yes.
something to do with that.
What we say to ourselves is really important. I wrote a book because of this, the power of words and worry. It's called Breaking the Worry Agreement, because that worry just creates all this chemistry all day long, and the mind doesn't know the difference between real or imagined. So if you're imagining the worst case scenario, it's like you've just put it on your body and in your life. It's really hard to move forward, right? There's a part of our brain called the amygdala, and according to language, one of its job is just to decide if a word is positive or negative.
Oh, really? Okay.
Wow.
Interesting. That's its job.
That's powerful.
This is how powerful words are.
Yeah.
We must pay attention to how we're speaking to ourselves. So when people are in pain, I say release the word pain and use the word discomfort, because the word pain feels a lot different in your body than discomfort.
I imagine, like, when you say that, I think, like, those things that we say to ourselves, man, I'm such an idiot. Man, I shouldn't. And we start believing it because we've said it, and we trust ourselves, so we
Yeah.
think it makes complete sense.
Never trust your thoughts. They're just thoughts. They're
love
just
that.
thoughts.
Okay,
if
that's
you
good
follow
fact.
your thoughts, then you're doomed. Right?
I don't have my
have the
notes. Y'all write that
crazy.
down, 'cause
I
I
have
need
the
it.
craziest thoughts sometimes, because I wrote the book because I used to have a worry brain. Right? I used to work in a trauma room, so everything was disaster. But now I go delete, release it. It's not like you're not going to have thoughts. It's not like you're not going to call yourself an idiot. You're just going to reframe it if you have those thoughts and don't believe
Well, I
it.
mean, and same
Yeah.
thing. If you said, "Oh man, I'm brilliant to do this," I mean, do we believe those things as well?
good
Because generally,
question.
we always that negativity thing. We're built that way. If we fill ourselves up with positive, man, I'm such a great person or whatever. Do we?
If you do it in the state, in the
do it the right way?
subconscious
Okay,
mind, in the
okay.
morning or through the day when you're sitting quiet, it's really, really powerful. Yeah.
I love that. It's so
Yeah.
much we don't know,
Yeah.
and so much that you
I
explain
love it.
so well for us as well. Folks, if you want to find out more information about this, how it really can change your life, all you have to do is first head to our website, or you just check out Rene Brent Hypnosis.com. That's Rene Brent Hypnosis.
You can do
Hypnosis.
it. You can say it.
Hypnosis. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes.
I want to put that T at the end of there.
Yeah,
you know what? My subconscious did that,
Yeah.
not me. I'm blaming it on them.
Don't
Because
trust
I
your
am
thoughts.
really good.
Release your thoughts.
I'm really good, and I'm releasing it.
Release them.